All right, and away we go. Good afternoon, my friends. We're in downtown Hsinchu. We're near the City God Temple, and it's time to get mixed. It's time to mix it up in traffic a little bit here. But we don't want to run over this guy right here. Let him cross the street first. All right. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We got a bit of a cloudy sky, cool weather, not bad. 11 seconds on the clock here. Let's just jump right up to the front. There used to be a second-run theater on the left-hand side here, the Zen Theater. It was fantastic. You could go there for a couple of bucks and watch 2-3 movies in a row. They had good popcorn, and once in a while they'd give me a free poster, so that was pretty nice. But they're out of business now. Here it is, the City God Temple. We visited that earlier. And let's see what kind of trouble we can get into today here. Get a left turn up in here somewhere. Oh, I see where we are. All right, I got it. We'll do it this way. Let's have some fun, shall we? Yes. Kind of my old stomping grounds. I started out teaching in Hsinchu at Qionglin Elementary School, not too far from here. This market was a lot busier in the morning. It's wrapped up a little bit. Still a few things available. Kind of a meat market, vegetable, produce market. There's still a few people selling things, but it looks like it's pretty much a morning thing. They've wrapped it up. Although I can still smell some fish. Oh yeah, there's still stuff going on here. All right. Big city traffic, shall we? Let's do it. Let's go this way. It's been a while since I've been down here. See if we can do this without getting run over. Hey now, my friend. There we go. All right. Ooh, that looks good. Chopped pineapple. So, heading back to the house, I thought it might be interesting just to have a look at traffic and see how long the battery lasts on the way home. Up ahead is called Dongmen, the East Gate. At one time, back in the 1800s, I believe it was, these gates were constructed, and there was also a moat around the city. A rather whimsical attempt at self-defense. Of course, these days it's just ceremonial. As a matter of fact, the underneath the Dongmen Temple there, or the Dongmen Temple, underneath the Dongmen Gate, East Gate, there is a performance space, and a lot of times you'll see young people making music down there. Let's go around in a circle once here just for fun. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Well, that's enough of that shenanigans. Let's get her down the road a little bit. See if I can remember the lay of the land. No, it's official. I've forgotten a lot of this. But no harm. Oh, look at that. Hang on. Can we do hang a U here? Let's see if it's still here. This is where I met my wife, Global Village Organization, GVO. Let's see if they still have a school here. Gosh, the 7-Eleven, I don't know if it's, yeah, ooh, it's still there. At least the sign is. I don't know if the place is or not. All right. Yeah, that's where we first met, right there. Karen was a student in the intermediate English class. One day a beautiful woman came into the room with bright eyes and smart questions, and she had been thoroughly prepped for the class, had read the material, listened to the CD, and had questions ready. And her questions spilled over into the after-class period. See if I can jump these guys on this light here. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Oh, hey now. But we'll be a sport and let everybody cross, rather than commit vehicular homicide. Trying to cut down on that. Try to minimize the vehicular homicide. There's a train station up ahead. No left turn there. Okay, I can live with that. We'll take a right turn instead. Then we'll do a U-turn. Wouldn't want to break any laws. Woo! Oh boy, there we go, just like that. Got a green light? Yeah, we do. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the train station ahead, that was built during the Japanese occupation. The Japanese had a hand in that, or they designed it or built it, or they commissioned its building. Still in operation today. If you want to head to other parts of Taiwan, that's where you go right there. You happen to go to that train station. Looks like the time on the clock is accurate. We've got about 1:20 in the afternoon. And that was a mall across the street, and I think the mall has kind of wrapped up. There's still a little bit of retail activity there, but it's not as busy as it once was. I don't know the whole story on that. Let's see here. What? Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's break a law or two. Since we can, I want to show you something interesting, something fun. Here we go. All right. Train station. And chop, chop, chop. Here we go. Got a little row of shops in here that cater to the Indonesians and the Filipinos and such. Up here in this next block on the left-hand side. But let's see, is that the trail? No, that's not the trail. Hang on now. Hang on now. You're gonna get a left here in this tunnel. Yeah, baby. I always feel like I have to duck my head in here. I probably don't, but you know, if I don't duck my head, one of these days I might bang my head on the ceiling, and that would not be cool. That would be the opposite of cool. We are actually going underneath the train right now, is what it is. And I'm going to duck my head and pay very close attention. And there we go. Isn't that fun? I told you it'd be fun. Earlier, in a previous video, we took a look at the Julian Temple right here. The Julian Temple also has a market up ahead. A very busy market in the morning. I think it's calmed down by now. Let's see, how do we want to play this? We could take a right and a left. We could take a left and a right. So many ways to go. I'm going to be a bad guy and take a right here. Just because I can. Oh, I don't think that was legal. Illegal but effective. This should be Shidalu. This is what I want right here. Yes. Come on, lady. Let's get her done. There we go. This will head us back home through the Science Park area. That's a woo and a who. And a get her done. That's right, folks. That's a woo and a who and a get her done. The whole set, the full set. Mm-hmm. Can we get around? I think we can pass some guys here. If we do this one here, then we do this one here, and then we do this. Ah, that is what I'm talking about right there. Yeah, baby. Look out now. I've explained to my wife more than once that I bring a cab driver mentality to riding a scooter, having spent 23 glorious years driving cabs in Taiwan, or in Chicago and in Grand Rapids. And so what appears to be wanton recklessness is actually well-calculated strategy. Or at least that's the story that I give out. I probably could have made that light. It would have been red, but I could have made it. Mm-hmm. Hey. I'm a big believer in being either in the front or being in the back. I don't like to be in the middle of a pack of scooters. Because people have a tendency to change their minds, you know, and swerve and that kind of thing. You can get knocked over by somebody who's just trying to get you know, just trying to get down the road. But if you're in the front of a pack, there's much less of a chance that somebody will knock you over. Mm-hmm. All right. All right, all right, all right. Now there is a temple up here that I'm going to have to make a special trip to because I forgot to bring extra batteries today. I didn't realize I'd be covering this much ground. It's a delightful old temple which celebrates a martial artist. I probably should do some research on it before I go there. They've got an indoor museum and they've got outdoor gardens with a lot of statues that are falling apart. Overgrown garden. It's worth a special look. It's worth a look all by itself. There you go. There is a traffic camera right up here, which I've gotten caught at once or twice. Had to pay the fine. So today I'm going to be a good boy. I'm not going to speed. I'm going to let these girls pass me. I'm getting passed by girls today, folks. That tells you I'm mellowing with age. Mm-hmm. It's a fact. It's tempting to pull in there and see if the battery would make it through, but I don't think it would. I think we're down to probably 20% on the battery, just enough to get us home. Big bumps in the road. I must say though that the quality of roads in Taiwan is pretty good, considering the pounding that they take, the heavy traffic. There you go. I'll get out of your way, you get out of my way. Everybody's going to be happy. This is the, we're approaching, we're kind of in the science park area. I've had students up here before. Not recently, but in the past. A lot of these companies, the upper executives, they conduct their business meetings in English because many of their clients are English speaking. They want to stay sharp. They want to be able to communicate with the main customers, and so classes are held in English, which creates quite a market for English teachers. Whether it's individual tutoring or whether it's small classes, business classes. I've done it all different ways. I've been a teacher in a company teaching like all the top guys, and I've also done one-on-one tutoring with various executives. This looks like English teachers over here, right here. Yeah, or engineers wearing lanyards. Oh, these are tech guys, I'll bet you. Yeah. I believe it's harder to get a job as a tech guy here than it is as an English teacher. You actually have to know something if you're working in a science park. You can bluff it if you're an English teacher. You just have to be able to speak English and smile. And if you're in kindergarten, sing a dance. Singing and dancing, very important. All right, boys and girls, let's rock and roll. Let's shake, rattle, and roll. You got to move it, move it. Okay, then. Yes, we're doing it. This is probably illegal as hell, so I'm going to slide it over here. There is a... There we go. I got legal just in time. There's a traffic camera right there. Checking see if scooters are in the incorrect lane, and the big outside lane is the big no-no, which is why it moves faster. Hey, hey. Be nice now. Here we have the highway number 1. Right? Yeah, highway number 1. I can't go on there with a scooter. I mean, physically I can, but legally I can't. Have I done it? Yes, I have. I've gotten on the highway with a scooter before. It is not advisable. You got to drive the scooter full tilt and then get off at the next exit. Then beg for mercy if there's a cop around. And I ain't too proud to beg. Ooh, that sounds like a song. Sweet darling. Ooh. Come on, get. Come on, get, boy. This is our turn here. Hey now. Hey now. Come on. That's what I'm talking about. There is a traffic camera down here that'll clock you if you're going over 40. I know, because I got one of the tickets before. So I'm going to be a good boy. There's not much traffic right now because it's too early in the day. Later on, when the workers get out of the science park, that might be TSMC right there. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm going to let this guy go by. He's in a hurry. I'm not. See, there's cameras up there pointing both ways. So I'm going to be a good boy and drag my ass through here doing 36. See, I ain't doing nothing wrong. What was I talking about? I don't know. I forgot. Oh, in the afternoon, this lane is jammed, just jammed with scooters. Not everybody in the science park makes big money. Some are, some are just regular workers making a regular wage, living a regular life. It's not all high-paid, high-flying execs. We're making this run at a good time of day. It's not going to be that much traffic. Come through at 5:30 or 6 in the afternoon, it's a whole different story. think we're still filming. Probably down to our last 3-4% on the battery. I have to get in the habit of taking the extra batteries, because once I get out here and start milling around, I don't know when to stop. Am I excited to be retired and vlogging and spending my days in leisure pursuits? Yes, I am. Am I happy to have this peppy scooter under my seat, under my ass? Yes, I am. Am I happy to be mixing it up in traffic with the good Taiwanese people? Yes, I am. I certainly am. This is a cool neighborhood here. My dentist is up here on the left. I believe she was trained in Massachusetts or Pennsylvania. Her English is very good. I love that dentist. She's got a massage chair in the waiting room. So, yeah, she's right to the left here. Smile Art, it's called. Smile Art. I think she's going to retire this year. I've been going there for a long time, probably for, I don't know, 10 years anyhow. She's only working 2 or 3 days a week now. Back pain, arthritis, that kind of thing, I guess. Oh, I don't know if you can hear that truck. That's the sound of a garbage truck. The garbage trucks here play music. I so missed that when I went back to the United States. There's such a wonderful feature of the garbage trucks. Some of them play For Elise. And others play that tune right there. I don't remember the name of it. Get, boy. Come on now. Hey now. Look out for the little white car. And the big white car. And the medium-sized white car. Yeah, that's how the garbage trucks announce their presence. They play music. It's pretty snappy. Oh, look at this guy. He's holding up the parade. Look out there, boy. Teacher Mark coming through. Hey, what's going on now? Oh, this guy, he's got a lesson to teach too, doesn't he? Teacher Mark, you are not the only driver on the road. Getting her done. Oh, let's see here. How do we want to do this? A couple of different ways we can play this. I think I should go straight. Oh, look at this guy blocking the lane. You bad guy. All right. You know what? I'm going to make a slight course correction just because I can. I'm a man of leisure. I want to get this right turn up here. That's what I want to do. Yeah, there's that white car blocking a lane. Here's me getting a left turn, having gone straight and taking a right turn instead. Strategy, my friends. There's a train station up here. I don't remember the name of it. It's a little one. See this little high life on the corner? I used to teach 2 guys from the science park there. It was a class with 2 people in it, and we would grab a table and have our English lesson there. And about half of the time, those guys, they were not top execs, they were mid-level guys. About half the time, their boss would shame them into working overtime, working well beyond their allotted hours. and then they wouldn't show up, or they would contact me at the last minute and say we're going to be late. Eventually I told them, you know, you guys are late all the time or absent all the time. You're fired. You can't be my students anymore. They were nice guys, but they were bullied by their boss. And that is, by the way, a feature of the science park. The science park believes in unpaid overtime. Now, at the end of the year, if you're a good and loyal servant and you are sitting at your desk until 8 or 9 o'clock at night instead of 5 o'clock, when it comes time for the bonus, if the company is smart, and they usually are, they'll toss you 2, 3, 4 months' salary as a bonus. And so everybody's working for the bonus. It's kind of understood that if you're not a team player, if you leave at 5 o'clock when you're supposed to leave, you might get a 1-month bonus. You might not get a bonus. You know, they're not going to be quite as enthusiastic about your presence there. A little bit like the Japanese salarymen, same kind of story. They have a tendency to work too much. The unpaid overtime. Of course, those of us who taught English here, when the bell rang at 4 o'clock, we were out the door like scalded cats, hopping on scooters, getting in cars, boarding buses, and getting the hell out of Dodge. No unpaid overtime. And no bonus as well. So there was no bonus to fish for. All right. All right, all right, all right. Oh yeah, I think we're still filming. Don't rightly know. Doesn't really matter. There's not that much to look at this point. And we're going to go through what is changing. It used to be all countryside here, all little rice paddies or fields or whatever, gardens. And the land is valuable and is close to the science park. So one by one, the landowners are succumbing to the lure of easy money. Selling their land for development. Like that building on the left that was built in the time that I was here. That taller building. That's a brand new temple. That little temple right there was built about 5 years ago. So I guess that makes 10,001 temples. There is no shortage of temples in Taiwan. Not a whole lot of Christian churches, not a whole lot of Catholic churches, but Taoist temples, Buddhist temples, there are in abundance. Oh, that reminds me, I should probably go to Guangxi and take a look at the Thai temple too one of these days. That's a beautiful place. Very serene. Sometimes you go in a temple and the guys, the monks, they got the dirty white t-shirts on and their blue work pants and their flip-flops, and they got the TV on, they're watching the K-pop dancing girls and smoking cigarettes, which is their prerogative. They've earned it. Having renounced the world, I guess a smoke once in a while and a peek at the pretty girls doesn't hurt any at all. It is funny to see, though. That's one thing you... One thing you're not going to see in a Christian church is the guys watching dancing girls on TV and smoking a fag. Over here to the left, if I go around that corner and up the hill, I think it is, there's the kindergarten where I used to teach. Qionglin. That was a 5-hour job, 3.5 hours of singing and dancing. At the end of the day, I had a workout. I'd practice singing. Kids had a lot of fun. I ate lunch with them at small tables with little tiny chairs with my knees poking up in the air. Good times. Still filming? I think we are. A woo and a who. When I get a little more professional at this, I'll figure out how to stop the camera when I'm stuck at a red light. I think I will. I can't promise that. I know it's a feature of the camera that was pointed out to me during the sales demonstration, but I really don't remember how the guy did it. It's probably something very simple. Like push the red button and then push it again. That might be it. Now, back in the day, I would run this red light just because I could, and I knew there was no camera here. But then I'd have to run this one too. You have to run like 2 of them in a row to make it worthwhile. There used to be a cop who'd sit up here and run radar. The speed limit is 60 kilometers per hour, which is like 45, but it's such a nice, wide, straight chunk of road. It's pretty easy to... I'm doing 77 now. It's easy to come through here doing 100, 110. 100, by the way, is 60 miles an hour. It's not as scary as it sounds. And they never replaced the guy with a camera, as far as I know. Yeah, it says camera, but I don't believe it. I'll believe that when I see it. A lot of times there's a sign that says camera, but there is no camera. They're just faking you out. They're fooling you. So if you're a tourist coming into the area and you think, well, gosh, it says camera, there must be a camera. Maybe, maybe not. That's a maybe. I think we're going to do it this way. I'm just feeling this light's going to change for us. You are going to change for us, right? I could have gone right, but you know what? This is nicer. I liked it this way. I guessed it wrong. This is a long intersection. There's like the signal operates for 3 different ways, I think. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I should have gone right. Doesn't matter. Now I can zip around here because this is the old neighborhood for me, but if I was in Taipei right now, you would see a much more careful and measured response to the road. How about a green? How about it? Rock and roll, baby. Getting her done. Ooh, that was a good lunch right there. I had that Luro Fan is about $2.20, I guess. Pretty darn cheap. Pretty darn cheap for a filling lunch. Over at that 7-Eleven, you can see those green things in the container. That's the Gogoro batteries. So if you've got the electric bike, you can swap out your battery right there, among thousands of other places. I wish their stock would go up because I went heavy on Gogoro. I think I've lost $400 or $500 on Gogoro so far. Of course, you don't lose until you sell. So I'm going to hang on to the bitter end. Either it will dribble down to nothing and I'll lose all my investment, or it will turn around and rebound. I'm hoping for the rebound on Gogoro. If we go straight ahead, that goes to Hsinchu, and Hsinchu has a DMV where you can title your vehicle, and it also has a series of bawdy temples. I think I've mentioned that before. Featuring some real cheesy art. I like to call them the buxom temples. Yeah. I think all the monks were named Randy. Oh, Coco. Oh, Coco, are you open? Coco. I'm doing it, folks. This is where you get your bubble tea. But I'm not really such a bubble tea guy. I'm more of a... I'll show you what I'm going to get. Ni hao. Tropical special. No sugar. No sugar. You're right. No sugar. And less ice. Yeah, 这个. Yeah. Yes, please. Thank you. This is Coco. Coco, everybody. There you go. They've got one of those things right there, one of those QR codes. You got two ways of saying yummy in Mandarin. How is yummy food, and how he is yummy liquid. So this is going to be how he. That happened so fast we didn't even have a chance to watch the process. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. You know, funny thing about being retired in Taiwan, I can afford to eat out 3 times a day. And get my drinks at places like this. I mean, I like to eat at home, but things are so inexpensive here. That was $2, right? That would be $7, $8 probably in Vancouver or in New York or Los Angeles. if you could get it. Well, a productive day. Productive day goofing around. And goofing around is my new job. That's my mandate. I am mandated to goof around. It's my new obligation as a man of leisure. See the cop up here? He's got his lights on. He's not pulling anybody over. He's just announcing his presence. As a matter of fact, we're going to pass him on the right. If I did this in Florida, and I've done it, I passed a cop on the right in Florida, and I earned myself a $160 ticket. Here, it's just how you play the game. Because you can go to the front here and sit in the scooter box. All right then. Still, I'm not going to taunt the guy by speeding. I think the speed limit here is 40. I'm doing 54. 54 is good and plenty. Oh, the Carmelites. Let's go past the nunnery, just because we can. I'm still waiting to get my Taiwan phone. I'll get my Taiwan phone when I get my new Taiwan APRC, which is my green card. I'm getting a new one of those because I just got a new passport recently, and then that passport number changed, and so it doesn't match the APRC, which causes consternation and confusion at immigration and anywhere else that you try to do any business. So I'm waiting to see the dentist until I get the new APRC, and I can't get my new phone until I get my new APRC. At the moment, there's no internet at the house. Karen gets internet, unlimited data on her phone, so she canceled the in-home internet after I left 3 years ago. She also canceled the cable TV, which is now back on. I mean, I don't have cable in Florida, but I did have home internet, which connected to YouTube, and YouTube connects to everything else. So I didn't even watch regular TV in Florida. I got my news from ABC, NBC, CNN, Al Jazeera, BBC. Did I say BBC? France 24, DW, the German channel, Reuters, all that stuff you can get it on YouTube. But we have a nice new big TV and a sound system. Kind of a shame not to have it hooked up. So yesterday we got the cable hooked back up again. And this morning I was able to see all the bad news on CNN, which I forgot about while I was out cruising. There's actually kind of a benefit to not following the news. Keeps the blood pressure down. I did see that the South Koreans gave Donald Trump a golden crown, which is really high-level trolling. They did it with a straight face, too. They gave him some jewelry, they gave him some bling, like a necklace, and they gave him a crown. And, you know, Trump is such a jackass. I know he's going to be wearing that crown around the house. Probably wear that golden crown while he sits on his golden toilet. That was the funniest story that I saw this morning on TV. Trump getting a golden crown from the South Koreans. A replica of a 15th century crown. Epic trolling. And he doesn't even know what they're doing. He doesn't even know they're laughing at him. Alright. So, this is a good spot right here. There's no traffic. Nobody here. I'm going to shut that critter off. I'll take a look across the road. Beauty. Back in the neighborhood. Alright guys, if you're still with me, thanks for watching this video. If you like it, hit the like button, hit subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'm wishing you and yours a wonderful day, a lovely day, a spectacular day, a day full of joy. And we'll catch you on the next video.